Good morning. Day off for me yesterday. How did you get on? Did you get any green screens? Well, the Red Bull Salzburg match was interesting yesterday. Not as emphatic odds-wise as they were with their match last time where they won away from home. But coming from behind twice if you trusted the market. 8th minute, 0-1 to 1-1. 1-2 to 2-2. And then a Desmond with Xavier turning up late on. So possibilities there. Charleroi and Antwerp as well. Just check out the goal scoring. Charleroi, well, they did score first and they did score second. So that's pretty much the way of the market there. Quite a comfortable win, to be honest, for a 1.8 shot. They don't normally do it that easily. CSKA Sofia, well, did end that 0-0 against 10-man Botev Vratsa. And moving down, Premier League, what a win for the Hamsters. Vital. And Wolves coming off the back of 2 wins and a draw as well. This really is laying a marker down. And they find themselves 2 points above the relegation zone. And I never thought I'd see this. Spuds in the bottom 3. Wow. The relegation zone goes all the way up to Leeds, or the relegation battle. Leeds, Forest, West Ham, Tottenham, Burnley and Wolves. Who's the odd one out? I think Palace are safe, etc. So it's a 6-horse race for 3 places with Wolves and Burnley already 2 incumbents of the bottom 3. So a fascinating race, and what a win for the Hammers. West Brom and Millwall petered out, probably had I been playing, given the need for Millwall especially. It would have been a late, very late lay the draw. We've got Ipswich waiting in the wings, Middlesbrough waiting in the wings to get that automatic promotion spot. The one remaining, because Coventry have probably nabbed the other one, of course. Colchester and Swindon in League 2. Swindon, automatic promotion spot with a win. But, oh dear. Emphatic Colchester win. Was the red card the important element? 29th minute, James Ball red carded. Bang. That changed the whole complexion of the match, and Swindon's chances of 3 points diminishing markedly. With a one like this, with a 0-0 at half-time, with a red card side, if you laid the draw second half and the team with 11 players score first, you're normally going to get the draw odds to go up to about 8s, 9s or 10s, because you get the double impact of the goal and the red card. So that was a possible play yesterday if we're forensically looking for plays. Finished by Coast League beginning its season. SJK, pretty emphatic win, the only one I really starred yesterday. No problem from them at all. Big problem from Monaco. Paris FC, 3-1 up. I think I would have played this one, particularly at 3-1 up. It's a really good, I think, performance from Paris FC, and it changes their whole season as well. But for Monaco, it puts an end to what has been an exceptional winning sequence, as you can quite clearly see there. And it's done the whole world of good for Paris FC, zooming up to 12th spot on 35, and that's now 5 matches or more unbeaten with 2 wins in 3. What a time to start picking up points. But thankfully for them, the bottom 3 are awful anyway. Marseille, this is more like it. Marseille against Metz. That's what you expect at Marseille. We can only hope that Metz scored first. Metz correct score. Let's have a look. I like to see the goal times. No, it's not playing ball. All right. No, okay. We'll have to go the old-fashioned route. Problem with this route is it takes you out of the website and back in, so I'm not going to bother. 1.25, job done. French League 2. Win comp, 1.65 favourite. Tough coupon, so I wouldn't have necessarily played that had I been live yesterday. 2.25, 2.55, 2.45. Very, very difficult coupon. Amiens red carded as well, and crucial for them. All the way down on 24. The exit point for them is 16th, which gives them a playoff chance, but they're 6 points shy of Nancy now. Pau, mid-table mediocrity. And Nancy, where are they? And Nancy and Montpellier. Mid-table, still with 48 points. The entry point for the playoffs. Montpellier and Nancy. I would have laid that late draw, I think. Clermont and Nancy. Well, a good draw for Nancy. Gives them a 5-point gap to the relegation zone. And Clermont drawing as well. They could have done with taking points off their nearest rival, couldn't they? Clermont and Nancy, but it was not to be. Wincombe and Grenoble. Mid-table mediocrity for both of these two. Little too near the relegation zone. And Laval and Reims. Laval, 25 points. Well, getting a draw, they'll take that. But a win would have taken them to 28 points and within 2 only of Nancy. Augsburg and the mighty Hoff, all about the correct scores. I would have been with the Hoff, I think. Who scored first? I don't know why it stopped giving me the scores. Here we go. So Augsburg scored the opener. They took a 2-0 lead, and that would have been a good entry point, like the Monaco match. Keep your liability low. Would you have played in the 11th minute? Well, you'd have probably had your mind made up for you if you're running and ahhing, and you get a 14th minute Grigorich goal. Good entry point, 2-0. Always a good entry point. If it doesn't come off, doesn't matter. Liability is low. So good stuff from the mighty Hoff, making it 2-2. Bundesliga 2. Any beneficiaries there yesterday? Let's take a look. Dusseldorf and Karlsruhe. Looks like the relegation fight. Dusseldorf doing okay. 31 points yesterday, but they dropped points. Holstein Kiel. Now, look at this. They were bottom a couple of days ago. Literally, bottom a couple of days ago. Win, draw, win. And then, now they're on the cusp of top 10, Holstein Kiel. What a crazy world we live in, man. Must be a Donald Trump type league, this one. It doesn't make any sense at all. Karlsruhe, 40 points. 12 points to lead. It's impossible to get out of this league, isn't it? Only 3 places available. And if you're not on your game, even with 50 points, you are out. Arminia Bielefeld, 31 points, season done. So Holstein Kiel having a superb run. Irish Premier Division, First Division. It was a clash of the Titans yesterday, St. Pat's and Shamrock Rovers. But I do like St. Pat's this season. They've looked pretty handy. Cork City as well have been usually reliable, but postponed yesterday. Roma, emphatic win against Pisa as expected, really. FC Twente, job done as well. And the Eredivisie, well, only 2 both teams to score and only 2 over 2.5 goals. Familisao only getting a 1-1 against Moreirense. Was it a 1-1 coming from behind? Indeed, it was. So that was a possibility there for you. Yesterday was for Familisao. Real Madrid, Girona. We know all about this one, don't we? This is all about the upcoming Champions League. 2 consecutive matches now. Real Madrid have faltered at home. And Lamar, lead singer of Kajagoogoo, getting the equaliser for Girona. So Madrid stuffing their chances up because the Champions League is far, far too important for them to not ignore it, if that makes sense. A remarkable run for Vachereau in the Monte Carlo. Local lad. This was a play. I would have definitely got involved here. 6-4 lead for Vachereau. De Minaur is a quality act, coming back and getting a setback. That was the play. That was a solitary play yesterday. All of these other matches pretty much went standard. So Vachereau having a wonderful time in Monaco, the local lad. Let's have a look at today's trading angles. And again, a busy day means use of a shortlist is probably a good idea. Well, not as emphatic odds as last week, Club Brugge, but the argument remains they can really bring it home goals-wise. But lukewarm odds, 1.83. But certainly on the watch list. Not a banker, though. The bankers you'll see coming up, if there are any. Working our way down. Arsenal against Bournemouth. That would be favouring the home side, even though Bournemouth are in really good form of late. Only one loss in 2026 for Bournemouth was a 2-3 loss against the Arse. So Bournemouth are in the form of their season and are set up to be very tough to beat. The Cherries could offer Arsenal something to think about today. Brentford and Everton, no strong opinion. Burnley and Brighton, this seems to be a take 3 points off Burnley season, doesn't it? Liverpool and Fulham, I wouldn't be backing Liverpool at these odds. Aren't they pre and post Champions League? I'm not sure, but do check that up. They don't make a good proposition today anyway. They just look in a bit of sorry state, unreliable under the great balding one. Just going to move just to have a look at Europe. And this compounds when I'm talking about Liverpool against Paris Saint-Germain. Absolutely done like a kipper against Paris Saint-Germain. The opener could have been 12-0 by half-time to PSG. So this is going to be a difficult match for Liverpool today, I think. Coventry against Sheffield Wednesday. Well, it's book your 3 points, isn't it? Although last week's incumbent only managed a draw. Norwich and Ipswich. Well, it's a local derby. Two sides in decent nick. It's going to be very difficult to unpack this one, hence 2.75, the favourite. Leicester against the Swans. Well, this is what I'm talking about. Failed to beat Sheffield Wednesday last week, Leicester. Awful stuff. Why on earth they start getting involved or getting an interest in winning with about 15 minutes to go in the match, Leicester City? I just couldn't comprehend their performance. Nonchalant. Not a care in the world despite being in the relegation zone. And only got going late. Middlesbrough and Pompey. We're getting to that state now with Middlesbrough in such poor form recently, putting together a whole string of poor results. They've got to change the tune. We have a look at the standings. It's getting extremely worrisome for Middlesbrough. The point accumulation prior to that was very impressive. Hence, they're still top 4. But this is doing them no good at all. They should be really happily in the top 2 automatic promotion spots, but they're cocking things up far too late. Elsewhere, Southampton have been in brilliant form of late. Would stand out for me in that particular match with Derby. It just clicked all of a sudden, the Saints. Cardiff have put together good performances each week, and so it's definitely get a follow from me. Lincoln City as well. Plymouth and Exeter, local derby. So I'd be a little cautious about playing that one. And all of the other matches are a little bit too difficult to unpack in English League 1. English League 2, any standouts here? Well, MK Dons against Bromley. It's one of the big clashes. Cambridge United did only draw last week, I think. But definitely on the watch list today. Really solid and tend to just keep being reliable. Now, with Salford at odds on, take the hint. They do need to get a win Salford get themselves happily ensconced in that playoff place. KUPS against Guinnesston. We get a look in today. KUPS, emphatic win in their opener last week against SJK, I think it was, or another side when they weren't fancied. So they're definitely going to get a look. HJK, I think, beat HJK comfortably. So this could be a returning of the old guard to the top of the Viscountliga. Have a look at midday and 3 o'clock, but do remember it's only the second match of the season. French Ligue 1. Rennes against Angers. That looks to be the standout for me. Rennes putting together a good run at the moment. Saint-Etienne, newly promoted, or newly relegated. And Red Star against Bastia. It's all kicking off. And Le Mans picking up far too many draws of late, costing them big. So 3 out of 3 in French Ligue 2 today are going to be followed. If you look at the standings. German Bundesliga. Dortmund against Leverkusen. Too much like a derby-style match for me, but I would be favouring the Yellows. I think they have more reliability about them. Bayer Leverkusen are one of those sides you can dig out a 3-3 or a 4-4 from. It can go a bit crazy. Leipzig against Mönchengladbach. I don't know, the internet's a bit heavy today. Oh, there we go. It's clicking now. Leipzig would be on the short list. I would be favouring Dortmund, but I wouldn't put it on the short list, no. Derby-style match, that one. St. Pauli against Bayern Munich. Don't forget, this is pre- and post-Champions League for Bayern Munich, and they are away from home. So if ever there's going to be a cock-up, it could be potentially there. Bundesliga 2. Tough coupon today. Only the 1 odds-on favourite. But plenty. If this works, look, it's not grabbing, so I better just carry on. Wi-Fi a little bit down at the moment. In Italian SerieA, it's a very unappetizing coupon. Udinese kept Como to 0-0 last match, so they could offer some resistance to AC Milan today. Atalanta and Juve is a derby-style match. It's too tough to call. Well, Entella and Venezia. Entella got a bit of a tough ask on their hands, but they can get out of the relegation zone with a win today. But Venezia, top of the tree by 2 points with a game in hand. It's going to be tough to knock them off. Juve Stabia, 7th place, and Cesena in 8th. This is a battle for the remaining playoff places with a gap to 6th of 5 points. Could be only just 2 places available for Juve Stabia, Cesena, Carrarese, Suttirol, Avellino, etc. Pescara against Samp. Can't see these two. Well, Sampdoria in 13th place, 3 points above the relegation zone, and Pescara on 32. Relegation 6 pointer, ladies and gentlemen. So that's one of those where you would look at taking on that draw. Sud Tirol, where are they? Can't see them. Just outside the playoff places and running out of time. 5 points to the top 8, Sud Tirol. Modena, happily ensconced in there, but Sud Tirol need to take points off Modena. And Monza against Bari would be standout as well. Just got to be careful about the time. Well, the Elite Serie has been interesting. Bodo Glimt will always be followed. There could be really good value odds at the end of this match. Scoring 3 goals against Man City and Inter Milan at home. They have really put their fist down in the Champions League. Sporting Lisbon get on the watch list a bit later on, along with Guimarães. AFS, a bit like Metz, a bit like Sheffield Wednesday, should be taking points off them. Must wins for Celtic, must wins for Hearts. Hearts got more of a task on their hands, as you can see, with 1.96 favouritism. Spanish La Liga, Barcelona, the juggernaut, pre and post European club competition. This could be a bit of a cautionary watch, this one. They have to win. They just have to win. Simple as that, Barcelona. But they're pre and post Champions League, where they are 2 goals down to Atletico Madrid. So watch out for these two later on. It might not be a day to trade them. So join the YouTube channel. Live chat, 2:30. See you there.